Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to Spark the Flame yet again. We're sparking more flames. So, this is May 24, year 2022. Hopefully, I will post and publish this video very soon. Wanted to make a quick video. Hope you all are well. Of course, things are crazy. Um, Crazy things happening all over the world and the country. So, as we empathize, people in pain and suffering, we also work to make things better, in our own way. And that is with our mind and our thinking and with our hearts and our actions and words. So, I wanted to make a video somewhat quickly about something that kind of impacted me within the last few days pretty nicely. So let's see, I have a few notes here. Um so I have a history for years that I feel like I've realized a pattern where as far as like particularly with a romantic relationship, like I have this ideal and I'm looking for something that's amazing and I have a sense of what it is, or what it would be like, or the sense I would get, the sort of um, security I would feel. And when I think I see someone or something that might be like that, I'll go and approach. And I have this analogy of like, it's like looking at a cloud from a distance. You see something like a vision or an image in a cloud. But if you go towards the cloud, it's really like it's not what you thought it was. It kind of just disappears. And this is not any sort of judgment or opinion on what other people are. This is more on what I believe is my process, which is going out and looking. And it's just, I think for me, it's going to work differently. So, in other words, all I've done all of my life is looked and looked and seeked, SEEK, and looked. And while some things I can find that way, actually, there's so many beautiful things that I find by not looking for them, but just seeing them, just discovering beautiful things. Whether it's people, whether it's events, whether it's just a beautiful flower or a beautiful pencil, or I run into this magical store out of nowhere. Um, and it's like, instead of me looking for something, that would be me just looking for what is here already. What is here, That's the difference. Having something in particular that I'm looking for versus trying to perceive the beauty and the anatomy of what is here already and what is in my experience here. And really, the more I perceive, the more I experience. So, yeah, this is interesting. I I don't I have this feeling and this instinct that you can't have everything in the world. Like, there are certain teachers, books and writings and certain wisdoms, quote unquote, that will say there's no limit to what you can have, like, law of attraction. Just keep on asking for it and it'll bring it to you. And while that may be true on one level, I believe, like, in my heart, that you have to, there's, life is a balance. So if you're asking or trying to pull something from law of attraction, or aiming for something in particular, in other words, you're putting that up in your in your value priority, because you're focusing on it and this is what you want, and you're working on it, whether it's law of attraction or whether you're working towards it, and doing these things for that thing that you want in your life. You're putting it up in your priority list, which naturally means other things go lower in your priority list, whether it's, one step lower, two step lower, or much lower. You can't have everything as your top priority, because you'll soon find that, well, not everything is going to make it to you. It's not going to be handed to you. You're only going to get some of the stuff, especially when you're talking about law of attraction. People will say only, you really have to focus on it. So, you know, although some people will say, oh, you can have everything you want, just keep asking and asking for something else and ask for something else. And once you get that, ask for something else. As if the stuff that you have, you will sort of keep, or not experience any degradation in it. Like if I asked for $20 million one year, and then the next year I asked for the love of my life, and then the next year I asked to be the first Martian, astronaut to go to Mars. Um, I believe that something is going to, you have to pay a price. So, at some point, some of the stuff might have to be given up at some level. So that's my belief. And let me go back to my note. And this is based on your values, what you're going to give up is based on your values, whether you know it or not. You're going to, um, you're either going to ask for things that you really value, or you're going to find out that what you're asking for you don't value as much as the stuff that you lose. So, for instance, I'll bring it real. I think that it's possible that I am single because I really value the health and happiness and wellness of my family and my friends and my relationships in my life, as well as my own wellness. And I have pretty good wellness. Um, I have injuries and stuff, and I go to a therapist, and I've been going to a therapist who I love, by the way. I love my therapist. She is top notch and perfect for me. But I've been going to her for like 7 years or more, 8 years, I think. And so I have things that I'm working on, but overall, I'm pretty healthy, thank God. And my family is good, I have all kinds of issues in my family, all kinds of issues. But we work through them. And the thing is, we're a unit. And I'm talking about my extended family. My extended family loves itself. My background, my family is from the Dominican Republic. I was born and raised in Queens, New York City. But, I'm basically first generation. Not basically, I am first generation in a large family. And so traditional wise, we keep in touch with a lot of family members. And, we love each other and we do pretty well, which is a blessing. It's an amazing blessing. And like as the years go on, I learned to express my love more and more in my family, and it's freaking beautiful. So part of me thinks that if I am going to use law of attraction to pull a relationship to me, like the person that actually fits with me as a life partner, as a romantic partner, then I have to pay a price. I believe deep down that someone or somehow my family's gonna have to suffer because I can't have all of that. Um, and maybe it's just because I value my family so much, and I do value the romantic partner ideal, but to bring that in at this time, um, I think I'll have to sort of put more value on that, which may create sacrifices in other things that I care about. Because besides my family, I have a beautiful professional life. Um, I'm not, doing what I love, but I'm working on it. I'm doing my doctorate degree. I have a comfortable working relationship in my career right now, but I'm working towards improving that. Things are good. I'm safe. You know, I have a lot of food. I have security. As far as money and a safe place right now. I'm in Queens. I mean, you know, I can walk out the door and something might happen, but I'm safe. I don't know what might happen, but I have a blessing and a trust and a gratefulness that I'm safe and my family is safe. And if I use law of attraction or just sort of focus on getting someone right now in my my romantic life partner, maybe one of those things will be sacrificed for me or for someone I love or care about deeply. So, therefore, I am deciding that um, I'm going to stay with these values that I have, and I don't want to sacrifice anyone that I have in my life right now, and I don't want to sacrifice their health. And I'm going to let things play their part. So maybe that means in due time, something will naturally occur where I will have the room and it's the right time for the right characteristic of the person who's supposed to be in my life to arrive and be in my life and show up. See, the one aspect of that is the time. If I want it right now, I want it right now, which, definitely I get into sometimes. Then to me it's kind of like I'm sending a rope out there into the universe life, and I'm pulling it, right? But what I'm doing is I'm dislodging these other things, like it's a warehouse and things are organized, and there's like someone that's supposed to be my partner, my romantic partner, but in the future. But I take a rope and I'm like, I want now, and I send this rope out into the back of the warehouse, right? Into like some, further shelf, 3, 4 shelves back, and pull on it to get it here. And it's going to dislodge these things that are here and well done and that I appreciate and that I love and I care about. Um, so, so that's kind of an analogy of why this was very recent. I mean, I've thought of this before, but since yesterday, I am making a conscious decision that I am in this predicament, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm in this life situation, this environment in my life that I choose. I choose this. I choose wellness and health of my loved ones, my family, over a romantic partner, my romantic partner, my life partner right now. Um, and that feeling, that choice is that feeling that and that decision that I've made a choice is really sort of invigorating. It's it's really healthy on the inside. it sort of affirms life. Instead of life happening to you, it's like, oh, that's why I'm here. Like, I'm deciding, um, in a sense, what my life path is going to be like, and what it's gonna take like. Now, of course, I can't predict everything, and of course, there's gonna be surprises, and you know, people are gonna die, and people are gonna get hurt. And I've gotten hurt many times physically, and of course, emotionally. Um, I'm just saying that making a choice, a deliberate choice in your values, kind of, and knowing that I'm doing that choice and saying it helps me say there's a reason why I don't have a romantic partner right now. I'm choosing something else. I'm choosing what I have right now. And I will continue to do that until time changes things on its own. On its own. Not me. Time. Time / God / fate, destiny, whatever. And with that, I will finish with this quote that I am thinking of tattooing on my back. So this was from a few days ago in my Zen calendar. I do not seek, I find, by Pablo Picasso. And this hit me so hard because this is very related. It's exactly what I was talking about when in the beginning of this video, and related to all of this, in that instead of me going out and looking and seeking, this is how I interpret it. Instead of that, what I want to do, what I want to change my habit to, convert to, is more finding what's here. What's here? What is here? Instead of me looking for some treasure in some other place which to me, the journey is beautiful. I'll never, ever say anything other than the journey is beautiful. But if you're on a journey to look for something in particular, there's a difference than just stopping and looking down at your feet and taking a look to see, breathing it in, listening, looking, feeling, whatever other senses beyond the 5 senses, experiencing what is already here. What is here? Look at the treasure box here. Look at the shells in front of you. Look at the leaves flowing and dancing to your right. Look at the wind flowing through your fingers. Look at the people just prancing by. There's beauty here. So and I love that too. I love when spontaneously I find something that I haven't been looking for, but I happen upon it, and I love that. Oh, it's so magical to me. And to me, that is all also about law of attraction. But instead of looking for something in particular, what you're doing is you're tuning into a vibration where you're just open to beauty and finding what's there as a surprise. Let the universe surprise you with gems. instead of picking something that you want. So I'm not saying that's the case all the time, but I'm saying that for me, this is something that I want to incorporate so much that I'm seriously considering tattooing it. I don't have any tattoos. I'm 42 years old, and I don't have any tattoos. And I've never been close to getting a tattoo. I love beautiful tattoos on people. It's just that I've never wanted to imprint something permanently on myself. I change so much that you know, I don't want to have something on the same place that look the same. But this is something I feel like it's a lesson that will help me see beauty every day. And it's like and I want, and I need to remind myself of this because it's beautiful when I run into something that I haven't been looking for. Not seeking, but finding. That's all for today. So God bless you, and with love, and take care of yourselves. All right, from one soul to all the others, or we're all one soul, or whatever.